And we are live. Welcome, everybody. How's it
Hi.
going? How's
Hi,
everybody
everyone.
Doing well.
doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yay.
my name is JT. I am coming from El Paso, Texas, and welcome to our live. We are a group of digital business owners, and we love to come live on here to kind of explain what's going on. What are you guys doing? We see you guys posting all the time, and this is like the perfect opportunity to come in, have a chat with us. We have actually the comment section, so if anybody wants to leave any comments, feel free to, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Um, Real quick, we're going to have a couple special guests with us tonight. So we'll have everybody go around and introduce themselves. And by the way, our special guests, we have Miss Arlene and Miss Lori. Welcome to the group.
Thank
Um,
you.
we'll start with people to my right. We'll just do an intro. And then after the intro of yourself, your business, we'll go ahead and talk about our discussion for tonight and wrap up this week. Okay. I hope everybody's doing good out there and let's have some fun.
Yeah.
First person, Brian, you're up. How are you doing, Brian?
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Uh, Hope everybody's doing good. Um, if you're eating dinner or something and we're the background noise, I hope our voices are calming and unique enough for you to enjoy your dinner. So, uh, I'm Brian again, and I'm over here in LA, hanging out. Made sure the girls had food, and yeah, ready to talk about stuff.
Nice. I see you're still in the office there.
Oh yeah, Stanley's over there. I know.
So thank you, Brian. All right, next up we have Miss J. How you doing, Miss J?
I'm awesome. How's everyone today?
I'm good.
Great.
Great. I'm here tuning in from Florida and just had dinner also with my son. And we had pizza today. You know, the all American food. That's what we had, pizza and salad. It was nice. Yeah.
Nice. What's your favorite pizza?
Anything with pineapple. I love
Oh,
pineapple.
Me too.
yay. Commons. Good job. That's
Yeah.
And
pretty
there has to be what's that when it's filled with cheese in the crust? You know the
That's,
extra.
uh,
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
can eat a whole pizza.
tonight's topic's going to be about food, pizza. Thank you, Miss J. It's good seeing you. I'm glad you and Brian are here. And guess what? We have some special guests. So first, we'll start with Miss Arlene. If you can give us welcome to the group here. I just met Miss Arlene, and I want her to tell your group a little bit about yourself.
Yes, of course. Hi, everyone. My name is Arlen. I am also from El Paso, Texas. Yeah, I know, right? That's crazy. JT and I were like, "What?" It was like mind blowing. Something so simple yet so exciting.
Right. And it's funny because we met each other because we had the same goal, same common goal, and an idea that how we wanted to help other people out, and everything's just kind of falling into place. So it's really nice.
Right, right. So, Brian, how are you doing in LA? I'm glad you're safe.
I'm doing good. It was pretty cold actually. It was actually a pretty nice day, sans the fire though. Obviously.
Oh wow. My girls, my two grown up girls are in San Diego, California. So
Okay.
about 3 hours away from you there.
Yeah.
So yes. So speaking of girls, I am a mom of three. So two are already out of the house and all girls, and I'm a stay-at-home mom for my 11-year-old daughter. So that was by choice. Actually a dream that came true. So I literally just quit. I guess I'm not a job quitter, but I was like a snob job quitter, I guess. Like no two jobs. I want all the time for my family. So that was that. But reality hits when you realize, oh my goodness, we're only, we're living, we've got this one paycheck. We're living from one paycheck. And it kind of left us kind of financially vulnerable, because you only have one income source coming in. It's like, it's scary. It's like you start thinking about what ifs injuries happen, what ifs, I don't know, job losses happen, and we didn't have that extra financial cushion. So, I mean, the military did, it was a blessing because we had a roof over our heads, and we had foods on the table, and then you can only hope that when something happened to you, the military will take care of you. That was hopeful. But still, as a spouse, you start thinking about that stuff, and it was a scary thought. So I'm like, there's got to be something else I could do out there without jeopardizing my position as a mom. So that's when I found this business, and I've been in since then. So I'm still in.
Perfect. As your husband's still in the military?
No, he retired. He was in for like 30 years.
He did the
Right?
long.
I
Usually
know.
it's 20 and done, but hey, that's good. Thank you for his service for sure.
Yeah, of course.
Even even just it's respectful for people even just to do 2 or 3 years, but 30 years, holy moly, that's a long time to survive. And thank you for hanging in there. That's a long time as a military spouse. That a lot of people don't understand the difficulties of that, because they're all husband's deployed, there's things going on in your mind. Are they okay? Are they safe? Are we gonna is everything gonna be fine financially? What can I do here? What can I do there? When am I gonna talk to them? Sometimes the missions are secrets, and you can't hear from them for days, if you're lucky, weeks, sometimes even months, and then even at that, it'll come in as a letter or something. So I get you, kudos to you, and congratulations to both of y'all for this. And I wish you well on this journey. And that's one of the things that we are going to talk about later. And we want to be able to help others just like you.
Absolutely.
So thank you. And then Miss Lori, hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm the shy one. No, I've learned how to get over my shyness a little bit. I'm Lori from Kansas, and I used to be an educator, but I resigned out of my positions just because of the new ways of doing everything, and I wanted to spend some time with my son. I have a 17-year-old who is graduating this year, so I wanted to spend the most time possible with him. So resigned from my work and decided to take on the simple life, being at home, doing things, and educating myself through different digital aspects and marketing and making digital videos and setting up websites for people. So I'm just kind of dabbling and just starting my journey on a new career path while I'm at home. I went to that one income just like you, and it's a new experience for me, but I've enjoyed the journey because I have a lot more time with my family. So
that's the idea. That's a goal. And by the way, it's not a simple thing. Yeah, I know you kind of mentioned it was like, oh, I'm in the simple life. It is actually very challenging in its own unique way, for sure. You still have to go back to what we were discussing about yesterday, having a routine. Easy to slip out of routine when you're home all the time. You have a 17-year-old. That's a lot of work there. You're still in the teaching mode, whether you like it or not. we always will be. I have a 26-year-old, 24, and a 23-year-old, and then my daughter. She's not going to be joining us tonight. She's out there. They went to Ruidoso, New Mexico, for a camping trip, for a cabin. My brother-in-law's in town. Unfortunately, I had to work all weekend, so I'm going to be visiting some people, some of my folks and family. But so no, I get it. That's the whole goal. A side hustle is great, but even better if we can spend more quality time with the family and, find that balance of finances and be able to have the time off. So you're in the perfect environment, Miss Lori. And
Yes.
what did you teach before?
I was elementary education.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And
Or-
so now I'm spending more time with my son trying to plan his college and his future. So that's what we did straight after dinner. He's like, I think I want to go here, here, here. And I'm like, I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's a
And
new experience for me from teaching little kids and having a career to actually being really, really focused on family and the future for him. So I really enjoy it. It's different.
no, that's good. That's good. So please feel free to chime in today, everybody. Our discussion tonight, obstacles in the digital world. Okay.
Mm.
There's a lot of different obstacles. And I'm going to go ahead. If we can do this, I'm going to just do random now. Okay. So feel free to give one or two different examples. If you have more, go for it. Let's start with our new guest, Miss Arlene.
Oh my goodness.
Arlene or Arlene? It's Arlene, correct?
Arlen, it's Arlen.
Arlene. Okay. Arlene.
Yeah, so yeah, it's Arlen. Arlene is when it ends with L-E and E, and you'll get a different personality that you might not like. So watch out.
I better be careful on that one.
So you know, I have to be very honest. I've been in the business for 2 years, and in the beginning, there's a lot of hesitation and fear, of course, fear of the unknown, fear of not knowing everything, and then it morphed into self-doubt. Who question themselves, can I do this, or can I, will I be okay, or there it's so yeah, so that's a pretty common theme with me. And I think there's an unforeseen force, I think, out there that tells me you got this. So when that self-doubt starts to creep in, there's also that voice that tells me, why are you doubting yourself? You look at the things you've done so far. Look how far you've come. Look at your business page. Look at the things you've done. Just visit the very beginning when you first started. Look how shy you were, and look at you now. So there's a lot of this, I guess, just self-improvement throughout the journey. So I'm like, okay, why am I? Where's this self-doubt coming from? And I think it happens when we start falling behind with our work. We get comfortable and we start slacking off and we start questioning if we can do it or not. So that's one of the challenges that I continue to face. But through action, I think it's a great way to just push it aside. So and being upfront and just doing the work, and yeah, that's how I overcome it.
Yeah, no, that's great advice. I think you've been in the longest out of our group, so it's
Oh,
great to have a fresh perspective. We're all relatively new in this field, so we always love listening to the advice from everybody.
I'm like, I
and,
think I
and
just aged myself. Like, oh, I'm the
and
oldest.
that brings up a good point. And I remember that was some of the first things we talked about when I first joined was gratitude and just being able to be grateful for what we have. And
Mhm.
I've been in your situation where I'm looking, and it's great. I love looking at how well people are doing, but I think it almost hurts me sometimes because I'm like, oh my gosh, they have 7 new business partners, they have 10 new business partners, this is 1 week, and I'm like, I have 2 leads. and that brings in some self-doubt. So am I doing this right? What am I skipping? What step? But like you said, you know what, we have to keep pushing.
Yeah.
One thing I really liked is you're taking action.
Yeah.
You're going through it, and that's all we can hope for ourselves, right?
Yeah. I think
So,
comparing yourself to others as far as growth in this business is very poisonous. So I don't do that. I look at my own growth, whether it's a small wins or whatnot. So it's important to focus on my own growth. So yeah, I try not to compare myself with other people's success. I
no,
cheer. I'm their cheerleader as far
yeah,
as that goes, but
it's because it's exciting, especially when you know the people are, yeah, get it, you
yeah,
know.
that's right.
Uh, so thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. And anytime, if you feel free to step in, guys. Real quick, we have a quick comment, Mr. David Hobley. Hello, hello. Every
Hello.
once in a while, anytime comments come in, I'll go ahead and post them up in between our sections, and just wanted to say hi to anybody who's watching. And everybody who's watching, please feel free to leave comments, suggestions, send us your emails, whatever you want to do. If you have any questions on what we're doing, please feel free to ask. Okay, that's what we're here for. All right, let's go to Mr. Brian. Brian, how are you doing? Let's see. What do you
What do you want from me?
what obstacles, what type of obstacles have you run into so far? You're fairly new, correct?
Oh yeah, I would say you could call me week 2.
Okay,
Yeah, week 2.
rookie. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah,
I'm a-
so week 2. I bet there's already been a bunch of obstacles already in just 2 weeks that you've overcome. I mean, at least one for sure. Is there any examples maybe that you've worked with or dealt with or had to overcome?
well, it's very reassuring. One thing that uh, copying, just kind of copying what Arlen said, like looking at your peers, because we're all business people around here, and we're all working digitally online, and it's easy to look over the other side of the fence. How easy that is. Keeping up with the Joneses can be, a slippery slope. So, I mean, one, you got to take what you can take from it. So, for me, I just use it as leverage, as like, okay, is that where I want to be, or is that where I'm at? And that's about it. Other than that, I have to remember, like Arlen said, like I'm me, and this is my business, and I'm gonna make it work. Like, but it's that shiny new rock on the other side of the fence is pretty shiny, and yeah, it's all you can really do is just say like, is that a goal for me, or is or just try to use it as motivation, just because there are just so many ways this business works, and um, knowing that it can exponentially grow, and you don't fall back down once you get up there. That's what's exciting to me. So, the more every little step we take forward, the only way we actually just take a step back those every few days, every once in a while, is just because of us, ourselves. You know, um, our business is set up so that we don't fall too far down. We'll fall a little bit down every other day or so, just because we feel bad about ourselves, and we just compare each other. But it's more reassuring that I can still go to the same community, and at the same time we're doing stuff like this, coming, just talking to each other every day, and just being more of a positive, at the end of the day. That's all. That's what I like about it the most.
Oh yeah.
2 weeks in, the motivation is my ass is on fire still, and I want to like shoot.
Yep.
I'm like, my mind is here and my body can't be fast enough. It's so weird.
I get you. And it just in 2 weeks, I mean, you've gotten a lot already. I've seen you grow a lot for sure. Even being a little bit more outspoken too, just being online. Just in these last couple of weeks. Yeah, definitely looking, like you said, looking over the fence, seeing what other people have can be a positive thing. like, oh yeah, I'd like to get there. Or it could be a negative thing, like, oh, I'm not there. How come, what am I doing wrong? So basically what you're saying, Brian, we need to keep in the right mindset and keep that positive mindset. And that's a good thing about this program. There's always ways to keep that mindset going, whether you're learning something from an audiobook, reading, our weekly books, doing some 90-day challenges, or coming live with groups. We're with positive minded people. That's a great way to keep that positive mindset and to keep going. Even if you missed a day or two during the week, guess what? You come back Friday, boom, like a champ, you're reset. Monday, you're ready to go, get going. Yeah, that day's finished. Maybe it was a bad day, we're gone. So I like that, Brian.
Yeah,
Great
and
job.
speaking of positive mindset, I think looking at other people's success, I look at it as a confirmation that the business works. It's a confirmation. Aside from, focusing on my own success, I also look at other people's success as a confirmation that the business works. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's funny because I do know that the word has been thrown, the S word has been thrown around a while, and it's funny because I never thought of this as being a scam. I always thought, I was like, oh my gosh, how can I make this happen? There's my chance to actually get a business, whatever. I didn't even question. I didn't even think like, all right, what do I need to do? That was my mindset when I went. I know a little bit different. I should have, like a lot of people are very curious and like have a million questions because I want to just make sure, I'm like, nope, let's do it. What do we got? What are we going? What do I have to do?
Same here. My reaction was, let me in.
Yeah, I want to do what you guys are doing. You're retiring. You're retiring. You're on vacation. I don't know what you're doing, but I want to figure it out. And so that was that. That still is my mindset. So, it's a lot of stuff, guys, and I love having everybody here because we always get different points of views. Real quick, we have a Love Your Life by Design. So if anybody wants to check that website out, Love Your Life by Design. Okay. And speaking of the person that's in charge of this website, Ms. J, what type of obstacles and how long have you been in this business?
So I have been in at the college teaching math for 20 something years. And last year was when I started digital marketing in 2024. But I invested in my own education. That's how I started. And then about maybe 2 weeks, I think, also ago, I said yes to this particular one. And I'm very, very grateful for this digital business because, wow, like, whoa, it is worth so much, like in gold. Just like today, we had the launch of the 90 Days Reels. I was like, wow, is this a part of this train? Like this whole program? This is amazing. I would have to pay so much money just to get this. Just like that's only like one little part of it. It's not like, and then there's like all these different things like how to, do ads, so I'm so excited so much. And I love education. I've been in education forever. And I think I would just like, yeah, live and breathe education still forever. So as much as I can till my last breath, because I love education. Yeah, that is part. As far as obstacles, I would say, like you had mentioned, that S word. I think when I first started, it was like, yeah, it was because I had to question myself too when that question came up. And then I said, like, wait, why am I maybe paying attention to the 99% when I could be the 1%? So it was that part of me because I don't. Okay, so maybe I'm not like is it tooting my horn a little? I was raised to be very humble, okay, but like I in since middle school, I didn't speak much English when I came. I didn't speak any English when I came here to the US, and I was very quiet and shy. And so when I graduated middle school as valedictorian, I felt like, okay, I could be the 1%, And so there's a little bit of me in myself where it's like, well, if there's that 1% that could do it in the business, I think I can too. So I wanted to be a role model also for my son. And that was how I shifted my mindset. It's like, I want to follow the 1%.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I overcame it.
Yeah, definitely a very good way to think about it. 1%, and you would think it'd be the opposite, right? You think 99% of the, everything's going to be perfect, and everybody has it down, but no, it's just one. It really is the 1%. So I'm glad you're in the 1% group. I'm glad we're all in the 1% group. So, well, thank you for that info, and we have Lori. Hey, Miss Lori, you're up. So. And you mentioned you had an online business. So far, what have been any obstacles you've had to overcome?
Well, first of all, what's been good about it is I have Jay as my mentor. She's been a wonderful mentor for me. We've met each other in various business groups online, and I've just been drawn to her and drawn to what she does. And so going live and doing everything everybody's doing here is really important because it actually shows people like whether it's working or not, just like what we were talking about, testing it. So the obstacles is kind of just going through the ups and downs through a business to see whether it's working or not. You're trying different things, you're exploring new worlds, you're like learning so much at once. There's quite a bit to learn. So those are some of the obstacles that you can come into, and you got to really focus. I think sometimes you can get distracted by the so many different aspects of like the digital world and digital marketing. You've got, digital ads and videos, you've got websites, you've got going live to educate people on things. And so this market is like a huge market for people. They're learning so many different things, but to focus on one specific area is probably the most challenging. So you got to really find your niche, which way you're going and what you're going to be doing. Because I do get distracted a lot. So trying to overcome that distraction. There's one part I like a little bit more about this part of the digital business than I like about this one. I love making marketing videos. I love helping friends set up a website, for their business. I have friends that love to do artwork. And they were like, I don't know how to make a website. And I was like, I do. So let me help you with that. But it is challenge. You've got to focus. You do need somebody to hold you accountable and not let you give up on whatever business you're exploring as well. And sometimes it does take looking at all the different one and testing them out to find out which one's going to work for you.
That was perfect. So definitely, I mean, knowledge wise, I don't know about y'all, but every day I try to make it a plan. Like my goal for every day is to learn at least 1 to 2 new things, whether it's about my business or just personal growth through the business. So it's really amazing. I mean, you don't really have a choice. You are going to learn something, even if you try to ignore it, I love it. Sometimes it is hard to focus. And like me, I probably should have been diagnosed with ADHD, but back in the days, they're like, just pay attention. Pay attention or I'm going to smack you around. You're not listening to your teachers or whatever. So, so I get it. I'm like the what is it? The dog on an up squirrel. And so, but I enjoy it. I don't mind that. I like having different things going on. So I look at it as a positive thing as well. But yeah, it definitely helps if you focus, because if it's so open in your business, you'll find that if you really focus, and again, I think it's going to get interesting these next few months. I am pairing up with Miss Arlene and we are going to try to build a niche, um, helping and supporting veterans and their spouses that are wanting to start or already have their online business or wanting to start an online business. So that's in the works, just throwing it out there, because we
Yeah.
need to throw out stuff in the universe, right? If we want things to happen.
That's right.
So we're working on that, and I mean, we've started it. So just be prepared, everybody who's watching. Okay, if you're any veterans, spouses of veterans, or active duty, we're going to be helping you all out. Okay. There was another thing that I put on there. Mentors. That was great thing you did. By mentioning mentors, we are all technically mentors here.
Yeah.
We're coaches. We might not be official coaches, but really, what do coaches do? We teach, we empower. Coaches do that. They're always motivating their athletes, their team, and that's what we're here for as well. We're here to motivate our teams, or other people that aren't even part of our teams. Maybe just people that are watching. Maybe there's people that are not even going to join the business, but every day they see something positive come out. Oh, I got to check that book out, that Atomic Habits. I can do
Yeah.
this. A lot of the stuff that we post, you can use in your daily life, even at work. So I like that. Thank you, Miss Lori, for sharing. Some of the obstacles. Again, my name is JT. I am 48 years old. I am a veteran. I was in the service for 10 years. I am a grandfather of one, and I have 4 kiddos myself. And I come into obstacles every day. And I would say one of the fun ones that I get, that I find a challenge, are the technical obstacles. So the technical obstacles being, I forgot to charge my computer. Or, oh my gosh, I can't get this StreamYard to come on. These things are behind the scenes that most people don't see. Like you mentioned, the website. And it's okay. It happens. It's not the end of the world. There's ways around it. Not too long ago, we had the pandemic really hit us, and the teachers had to teach online. And we couldn't get whether you use Zoom or the Google, I forget what it was called, the Google Class, whatever it was, we couldn't get it up. And we're like, oh my gosh, and then half of our kids weren't on there. And then some of the kids' parents were walking around half naked. So there was all kinds of weird stuff going on and challenging. And we just kind of went through it. And actually we became pretty good at it. And then all of a sudden they're like, okay, you can go back to school. And so yeah, and then began the next challenge of classroom management all over again after a couple of years. But there's in the online world, there's a lot more technical things that could go wrong. You could lose your internet. I think I lost it for a few seconds yesterday. There's just a lot of stuff. Communication with people. There's a lot of miscommunication. Remember how we talk to somebody in person comes out totally different when you're texting somebody. So if I text somebody something, the tone might come out the wrong way. They might have thought that I was being sarcastic, or even if I put all caps, maybe I just wanted to be bold so they can maybe see it, but they might think I'm yelling. So, there's a lot of technical things that come over it. And the way that I have avoided or overcame it was just keep going. Like Miss Jason, you keep going. There's always a solution. There's always help. There's people like Miss Lori that are there to help out with a website. There is Mr. Brian the other day. We wanted to do the Harlem Shake. And I was like, I have my speaker here, I'll just play it from the speaker. And Brian's like, it sounds like it's muffled. Hold on, he's like, I got you. He has his audio gear, and it sounded so perfect. It was great, So that's one of the great things about, having a team to kind of help. Even though these are our own businesses, we're responsible for getting up every day and posting and everything, but we do have help. And so if you're ever interested in joining, look at these awesome business owners here. Brian with Brian with grace.com. Right there, we have Jay, loveyourlifebydesign.com. We have Arlene, what is it? Hello, Arlene. I'm gonna get it. She's gonna like keep track and make the points for me and stuff. It's www.helloarlene. What is it? ELD?
Read.
Read. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, these aren't the bifocals aren't working now. And she's from El Paso, Texas. So this is what I was hoping for actually too. I wanted to meet more people in my area. I love that y'all are in Florida and California. And Miss Lori, where were you from again?
Kansas.
Kansas. Dorothy.
I've lived all over though. I've lived in Nevada, Florida, Minnesota, you name it. I've been all over the place. So
been there, done that too. I'm sure Miss Arlene has done that a little bit too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I know Jay. What was that again?
I've got more than one website, not just one, and I didn't know which one to go with. So,
yeah, you know what? Give a shout out to your website, and put it on there in the link if you want next time. And for sure, this is what it's about, guys. Let me just double check the comments, make sure I didn't miss anything. Let's go. We have Mr. David. Oh, we got the support group here from Ms. J. David. Yeah, let's see. Uh-oh. Guess who it is? Miss PB. Love that this business is a legacy.
Hi.
It can pass on to your kids for generations to come.
Yeah.
So Miss PB is one of my direct coaches and also a mentor. She's not my direct mentor, but she's been a mentor, and Josh as well. So I played football with Josh way back in the days. Wow. He was all right.
You said that.
Yeah. I hope they're having a great time. I mean, they got the hustle game down. I mean, they are working on a cruise ship right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. They're in the swimming pool earlier making advertisements. I'm like, yeah, I think I need to be in the pool right now making advertisements myself. So
right.
Cool, right, Miss Jane? You gotta take
eating, everything. Yeah.
Well, let's see. Agree. Keep on going. Our community support is wonderful. It is. And there hasn't been a time where we haven't been able to contact any of our mentors and coaches for help. And they've always been supporting us. So that is another great thing about this. If you are unsure if you can do this, let me just tell you, you can. Just have that desire. We can't get you to have that desire. That's the only thing that we can't help you do. No, you have to have that desire. If once you have that desire, that little flame under you, then sky's the limit from there. Everybody can help you go from there and grow. But that's the one thing you do have to do. You have to have that desire, and that's just has to come from within. Whatever your goal is, if your goal is to have a part-time job, to go on trips, help support our spouses, whatever it is, leave our 9 to 5, or just straight up buy a house for cash. I've been seeing that going on lately. That's been going on. I'm like, oh my gosh, these people are buying houses with cash. They're paying off their loans in like 1 year, 2 years. It's insane.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, I think along with that desire, your dream must be bigger than your excuses.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. On a daily basis, there's always going to be excuse. I slept and I went to bed too late. This came up. And the cool part. Thank you for mentioning that. That's the cool part about being online. If you couldn't do that with a regular job. If you missed something, you missed out completely. If in the morning, for some reason, my tire had a flat and I wasn't able to go online for like 2 hours, I could go online in 2 hours. I can go online, during lunchtime or dinner time or at midnight, but no excuse. I just got to make sure I do it,
Yeah.
But Yeah, thank you all for sharing. Before we end this one, we got about a couple minutes left. If you guys would like to, we'll take turns. If you'd like to say anything to your group, your community, we'll start with Ms. Lori. And it's just like an outro type thing. You can say hi, thanks for joining, anything, and
Well, I thank you, Jamie. You've been a wonderful mentor for me, and one of the reasons why I'm here tonight. So we're working on that digital growth, and we're trying to just explore so many different things. We've done a lot together, learning together, just testing different things, and she's been a real help for me. I've been able to explore things also on my own with them creating marketing ads for different people using different tools like Canva and just a billion different tools, and it's been really helpful and it's helped other people. Again, I'm Lori from Kansas, just learning new things about digital marketing and digital presence. And I love to work with people and network because each of us has a skill or a talent, something that we can share with one another. And it really does help. Jay and I work together, sharing our skills, sharing our knowledge, sharing our education. And that's what we should do for other people too. And I think that when people watch these kind of lives, they learn from each other. And so that's what we're here to do: learn, grow, and get better. And that's my goal here. And also to learn from my son. My son knows a lot more about the digital world than I do. So I'm learning an incredible wealth of knowledge from him and how people are successful in making money. Kids are younger generation are making more money than a lot of us that are older because they have such knowledge about how this digital market works. And so I'm learning skills from even the younger generation. So we have to really be open-minded and be willing to try new things. And that's what I'm doing here tonight. And I'm just blown away by all of you and your stories and what you do and where you come from and your background. And thank you for inviting me here tonight. And shout out to everybody. If you want to reach out to me, my name is Lori Mahud. And if you would like to have any help with just setting up websites or marketing your business, I help people that maybe create soap or have artwork that have never even gone online and want to find a way to do that. So that's kind of where my start is. Thank you all for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here, Miss Lori. And that was a great point you mentioned about the youngsters, guys. Have our kids involved. I know I have my 6-year-old Bailey involved, and so hopefully one day I'll be able to leave this legacy and give her some skills that she can use, because we know that's going to be the thing. You can agree or disagree, but AI is here, online skills is here. There's not People don't even rarely go to the movies anymore. You're watching online stuff most of the time, and people are watching lives, YouTubes, Instagrams, probably more than TV back in the days when we used to flip through all the TV sets. So definitely a good thing to have your kiddos learn and join. Let's go to Miss Arlene.
Well, I just want to say, JT, thank you so much for having me here. This is, I've never done the Impronto get together meeting. I'm having one tomorrow, actually. And I was like, all right, what are we going to talk about? And she goes, no, I just want to get to know you. I'm like, oh, okay. So this is my first exposure to the Impronto, StreamYard, Zoom connection going on here. So I love it. We gotta do it more often.
Hey, come on anytime you want, and we love to have you. And it's great hearing different perspectives as well, and we'll all learn and grow from each other. For some reason, one of us is not here, the other person can step in, and that's how it works. It's great. We are actually missing about 1, 2, 3, 4. I would say at least 4 to 5 other people that usually join us. So that's how this works, and it's not a a bad thing. It's actually a good thing that more communities get involved and our reach gets out there a little bit more. So thank you. Thank you for sharing. And I'll be in contact with you later.
Yeah.
Okay. And Mr. Brian, would you like anything to say tonight?
Sure. I'll say thanks to you, JT and Jay. You guys been holding it down this week. Just want to give you guys your flowers yourselves. You know, you guys been holding it up. You know,
Thank
for the
you.
newbies like me. So thanks to you guys. You know, overcoming obstacles is everybody has obstacles in their lives, and whether it be digital, like we were complaining about tonight, or whereas it's like a physical thing or a mental thing. Obstacles are meant to be overcome. You know, I'm just glad that this platform gives us a voice to, you know, reach out to those people that we know we can help. You know, it may not that you need, you know, necessarily need a new website or something digitally done. Um, this business solves more than lots of problems that you guys might have. Any of those obstacles you might have. Um, we have ways to help you overcome those things too. You know, so don't crash out. You know, take your time to complain about it, but come talk to us and you know begin to heal. That's all. That's all we want. You know, everyone can do it. Everyone can heal, and everyone can do this. So
Great. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, he's exactly right. Everybody, again, going back to that desire, that want, that need to do it. If you got all that, we're good to go. You know, come and join us. And Miss J.
Thank you. And yes, thank you, JT, for hosting and you keeping us accountable. You're a great host. Thanks. Also, yeah, it's always nice. And Arlen,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
We're trying not to make sure, like, we better make sure we get this right.
yeah, it's nice to meet you and Lori, Brian. I think it's a meeting of like and different minds, and that's the beauty of it. Like it's just so nice to be able to know, here is someone who works at this tech company. Here's another person that is a stay-at-home mom and military mom. Here's someone who does the soap and digital videos and Brian, with your gaming. And I was like, wow, I need to connect my son to you, And that is the beauty of it because we get to be to be exposed and to know more beyond what we normally choose. And that is, you just never know when that connection can come in handy to help someone else and help your own family, help someone, like maybe even potentially save their lives. Because it's like, now being online, it's like, okay, when someone needs insurance, oh, I know these three people, right? Like when someone needs a therapist, oh yeah, check out this person or that person, or a great coach or a mentor. Oh yeah, you got to check this. Or digital business. Yeah, well, maybe I have like these 5 in mind that I have experience with. This one's the best one so far, whatever that might be. And or it can be almost anything from food to car to real estate to whatever it might be. And that is how I see this world of being here and just continuing to learn more and taking that time to really learn more about people. Because that is, I feel like that is, what do they call it? Um, what is it when we have human resources? Like, yeah, the resources is I forget that word now,
I like
but
networking.
it's networking. It's like the gold is in the people. The diamond is in the people.
Right, right.
Yeah. So that's how I see it. I love it. Taking this time to connect in so many different ways. And in the world of AI, I feel like it's even more needed. To have that human touch, to have that human element. Like if we can just continue to be human.
I know, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you all for sharing. Thank you, Miss J. It's definitely an amazing place to network without even trying. You're like, oh my gosh, we're over here. You're in El Paso, Texas, and before you know it, you're like, Brian and Jay are like, I know Frankensons. You guys, I didn't know we were collectors, and we're finding we have more things in common.
Yeah.
Miss Arlene, I don't know if you got to catch one of our discussions the other day, but we all found out that we are fellow collectors, and we've been to some of the same places, and so it was pretty neat. It was a great conversation, but I can be honest and tell you that we would have never ever found out unless one of us had just mentioned it, and the others were not afraid to go,
Yeah.
"Oh, me too," and so that's the really cool part about it. We can relax it, and it's almost like a weight off your shoulder,
Yeah.
like, everybody's just like us,
Yeah.
I think you even came in.
I'm not the only weird ones.
Yeah. We're not the weird ones. We're the fun ones. Everybody else is weird.
Yeah.
All right,
I might be
guys.
the one I have chickens.
Oh yeah, she has a farm. She
Hey.
does have chickens and other animals, farm animals,
Hey.
and plants, chickens, pumpkins, and everything. Yes.
It's
So this is
actually
the other reason I said, "Oh, Lori, if there's ever an emergency," she's like, "You can come over here." I'm like, "Oh, that's so nice." I haven't even met her in person, but that is so kind. It makes me feel like really like loved and special, because I don't even know her. And this is how the relationship starts to happen. You just never know. What if there's an emergency? And Lori's like, "You can come to my house. I have some, like chickens."
like I got the eggs.
Uh-huh.
I have the
Farm
omelets covered,
animals,
right?
therapy.
And I got the candle burning because I have terrible anxiety. So this is to calm it down.
You see? There you go. Hey, that's a good way to overcome that obstacle, right?
What's this?
Right.
Everybody wants to know what the scent is, though.
Yeah.
What is it?
Apple.
I can already smell it.
Nice apple pie smell going on here. And then Brian, I'm gonna have to, we got to go hunting one of these days and stuff when we meet up, and y'all can show me where the Frankensons is. And
Hunting for toys, people. Hunting for toys.
yes,
Oh, guess what?
my father-in-law actually tries to get me to go real hunting, and I'm like, I don't know, how much do you like me still?
I'm actually planning a visit there, so Brian, we can go find hunt down toys. I probably still know a few people who own some of the booths there, I think. So
Hey, there you go, the homie hookup. Well, with that said, guys, I wish you all good night and enjoy your weekends. And if you all decide to go and do any other online anything, just feel free to invite us, and invite other people too, and hey, guys, JT, Brian, Lori, Arlen, they have this thing going on, and we want more guests, more people to come in here. The more involvement, the better. And people get to see that it's not just us, 4 or 5 people there. It's thousands,
yeah,
thousands of people.
business is not just for us, right? It is for any of you who are thinking about it and considering or just having questions. We could just start a conversation. There's no pressure. It's like, is it the right fit? I had this conversation today with 2 people. So it's not a harm to just ask and say, hey, what are you doing? We can just give you our feedback, the good, the bad, and the evil, right? So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all. Thank you all for coming, and good night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Thank you.